is so nice. So 10 and 5 are the biggest, and then 6 is the smallest on this one, and 3 is the smallest on this one. If I do 10 divided by 5, I get 2, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So they are similar by side with the angle in the middle.
Or if we cross multiplied, you would get 30 equals 30.
Yeah,
So it
so
works.
nice.
Just remember, just because it has enough information, just because it has the information, so just because there would be, maybe a number here, 10, 3, and 7, just because the numbers are on the picture and it matches that stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean they're similar. You then have to test the proportion, just like we did on this problem. We saw side for all of them, but remember, this one wasn't similar to either one of them. You have to do the test. You have to do the proportions. Remember, a proportion means fraction equals a fraction. Cross multiply to help you solve it. Okay? All right, let's test this problem out. You're building the shelter. It's a lean-to, and you want to start it from a branch, as shown in the picture. So this darker part right here is your tarp, and then these other lines, the triangles, are your support for your lean-to. Can you construct this right end so that it is similar to the left using the angle measures and the lengths shown? Well, let's find out. I'm going to raise the picture up. I'm going to redraw it. I think it looks a little confusing because of the markings and the dark colors and so forth, so watch this. We're going to redraw it. One kind of looks smaller than the other. 53 is right here though. 6 is right here, 10 is right here. F, G, H. Now, I don't even have to look at the other picture. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm just going to draw a bigger triangle that looks just like it. Now watch. I know 53 goes right here. I know the 9 goes right there, and I know 15 goes right there. A, B, C. I do like to draw the pictures separate and away from like what it kind of, sometimes it can be confusing. Maybe it's not to you, but sometimes that is to me. So now, what am I going to test? Well, it looks like I have an angle for both, and then I have the sides that include the angle. So I'm going to test side angle side. Well, let's see what goes together. I know that I've got to test fraction equals a fraction. What goes together? Small goes with small, big goes with big. Okay? So out of any one of those four, somebody pick one. Doesn't matter which one you pick. I heard 15. Somebody said 15. I'm going to pick 15. 10 goes with it. I'm going to come back to this picture because 15 was picked first, and 9's our next number, and it goes with 6. I just am going to cross multiply and see if it works. Right. So 15 times 6, and then 10 times the 9. And I know that is 90, and 15 times 6 is 90.
Yes.
So it works, and I'm going to say yes. Similar by side angle side.
Guys, I love the Mr. Lee cross multiplied because sometimes multiplying is easier than dividing both of them. So I love that. I think that's way better.
And here we go.
Okay, great. So we're saying this says show how to tell that the triangles are similar. Okay, and then we're gonna, well, it already has a similarity statement for us. So we're going to go ahead and see first of all if we want to use angle, angle, side, 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 or side, angle, side. In this one, I only have 2 sides on each picture, and cool thing, I have an included angle that happens to be the same. So I'm going to try to test it by side, angle, side. Okay? Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. So my S's are going to go together. And I remember big to big, small to small. So I'm going to start with this picture. I'm going to start with big, which the biggest one is 28. And then I'm going to go to my other picture. The biggest one is 21. Equals, go back to my original picture. I like going left to right, but I also like the Mr. Lee showed you last time. You can pick something from this triangle too. It does not matter where you start. Okay, 28 over 21. Then I've got 24 is the smallest on this side. Then, okay, let me then 18 is the smallest on the other side. I don't know why I wrote another equal sign. Okay, let's do cross multiplying because I love that. Okay, what's 28 times 18?
504.
So we've got 504. Let's see if it's equal to 21 times 24.
504.
Awesome. So the two sides are proportional and they have an angle that they make that is the same. They're both 90. So we say yes by side, angle, side.
And I hope you guys see that the angle is created by the two sides they gave you. That's why we're saying it's included, because it's in between the two sides that they gave you.
Okay, this next one, I'm going to do green because, just kidding, green I don't think shows up very good. Okay, so same thing. However, on this one, well actually, okay, so we've got two triangles together. Like Mr. Lee always says, let's split them apart so that we can see them, okay? So this one is probably the hardest one you're ever going to encounter. So I'm going to pick XZW, and I'm just going to draw that exactly how it is. So I've got XZW.
And it was helpful that she already knew to do that, because the letters, they want to prove that triangle. So she knew to draw that one based on, hey, we're going to look at that one first.
Yeah, and it's, you know, a little bit bigger. Okay, and then I know that the 12 goes here on this side, the 20 goes here, and the 16 goes here. Okay, now I am going to draw my next triangle not like the picture. So I'm not going to look at this picture because that's going to really confuse me when I'm trying to make sure to match up the sides and everything. So I'm going to look at the letters that they give me. I know that X goes with Y. So now, like Mr. Lee does, without even looking at the picture, I'm going to just draw another triangle over here, a little bit smaller, like that, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go, X goes with Y. Okay, so X was on the top here, so Y is going to go on the top here. Okay, you with me? Remember, we're ignoring that picture. I know it's not the same. Stay with me. Okay, Z goes with Z. So where was Z here? Z is here, and it's also a right angle. That's where the right angle goes. And then the last letter is X. This confused me at first, but I already had two of the letters matched up. The last one was an X. That's just because it was the same letter in these pictures does not mean that they go together, especially because we have a similarity statement already that tells us what letters go together. Okay, now I can go ahead and put my numbers on. So I'm going to look back at this picture now just to get my numbers. So I've got ZY. So where's my ZY? ZY is right here now, and that is 9. And then I have XY is 15, XY is over here, so that's 15. You guys okay with that? Okay. So now I'm going to, I'm missing something.
XZ.
XZ is 12. Okay, yes, thank you. 12. Okay. I was like, oh no. So what you can see is all of the sides are labeled. So I'm going to test it by side, because I have all the sides. Okay, so I'm going to start with this picture to be rebellious over here. So I'm going to pick the biggest number, which is 15. So 15 is the biggest. And then 15 goes with the biggest over here, which is 20. We've got 15 over 20. Let's see if that's equal to, I'm going to go back to my triangle. I'm going to go to medium. Medium is 12 here. 12 goes with the 16. It does not go with the 12, okay? Because 12 and 16 are the medium numbers. And then I've got small to small. So I've got 9 to 12. And we are going to divide and see if those all come out to be the same number. 15 over 20 is 3/4.
Yep.
And 12 over 16 is 3/4. And 9 over 12 is 3/4. So if you divide them, you get 0.75. And it would stop 0.75 and 0.75. So these are similar by side, because when I divide the sides, I get the same number every time. And that's also the scale factor.
And that's it. So that's the lesson. Good luck, you guys. You guys do good. Just if you have any questions, you can get a hold of us through email or call us. Okay.
Love you, bye.